Hello again, YouTube. Adam here. And today I've got a review of the Eachine E010S Pro. It's the newest version of the E010 that we used to all put little cameras on, but they've come a long ways. And this guy here has the 800 TV line camera in it. It also has some Racer Star 59,000 RPM motors. Comes with a 3.7 200 and hold on, let me get that out. 200. See that? That is a 240 milliamp 45C battery. Gives some nice little punch. We have a F3 Lemon flight controller. Can't see that in there. So that is capable, you plug it into Betaflight, so you can modify your flight parameters, switches. This is a bind and fly machine, so my version I got is compatible with a Flysky receiver. We also have a DSM-X and a Frsky version, I believe. I like the Flysky myself. Binding was quite simple. You basically remove the canopy, and there's a bind button. You plug in, hold down the bind button, plug in the battery, and turn on the the receiver, or the transmitter. Transmitter. Hold down the bind button, and you're bound. You also need to have the canopy removed. There's a USB port in the back, so when you want to plug it in to do your checkup or your setup, you'll need to do that. I haven't modified any of the stock settings. They were actually quite nice right out. Flies pretty well. Other things we get in the package, we have a USB charger, spare props, prop remover, and there's your props, prop remover. Some extra adhesive. I guess that'd be for the camera. The camera is basically mounted up inside of the canopy, so when you pick it up off there, it's plugged into the flight controller, so you're gonna have to be careful with the wires, and it's basically, and then it's stuck with adhesive, I think, just up into the canopy. Camera angle is not adjustable, so it is what it is on that. Got a couple flights in on it, well, many flights inside, and I went for an FPV outdoor flight just the other day, and it was pretty windy, but believe it or not, it did pretty good. So I'll have that footage up shortly as well. I'm going to put a little, do a little inside flight, record that off the, I'm going to stick the camera up inside of my VR006, flying myself with the EV800s. So yeah, I like this. This is nice. They did well on this. Nice little quad. The E010S Pro. Check it out. I'll put the description up in the link, and enjoy the flight. Hey again, YouTube. So here we are. We got the Eachine E010S Pro. Very cool little FPV quad. Gonna do a little line of sight flight here first, and then we'll get a couple FPV flights, doing outdoors and indoors. I'll record that off of my VR006 goggles. So first off, this is a Flysky version. You plug it in. It's been bound. I already bound it. So switches up. I've done very little tuning with this. It's pretty good right out of the box. And armless, right stick, or left stick to the right. You see it spins right up. Very nice little quad. One thing, I mainly just use this thing for FPV because she's so small. It's a nice little flyer though. Keep it close. Got dual rates on here. I'm in sport. Sport's definitely a little quicker. Oh yeah. Quadcopter, yeah. Oh, I lost it. It's so small, it's easy to lose sight of direction. But it's best for FPV. We'll do that in a little bit. Anyhow, so gonna get back and get out of the FPV next. This thing's best, feels best to do an FPV with it. Sporty. I like this one. The wind is very hard to fly. So on the OSD, it was kind of reading the flight times aren't very long. What I'm finding with this, the OSD was reading 3.2, 3.1 volts on the battery. I still seem to have enough power. You notice the LEDs are kind of flashing now. They are solid when I first fly. The green ones especially. That's what I'm looking at. Let me get a light in a second. Shut off my radio. Shut off my radio. I think I'll unplug that. As to not harm the battery. Okay, that's just kind of my wrap up on a couple things I missed in the beginning. So on arming with my current setup, which was stock, it's set to arm with my stick. I move it to the right, motors will start spinning up. I think I'm going to make it so they don't start spinning on idle, because I don't, until I have the throttle set so I can kill the throttle. If you crash, the motor's going to keep spinning, and that's going to cause a problem. So I advise definitely set up a switch so that you can kill your motors so they don't idle, or also, like, I think I'll probably just set them so they don't idle unless I give it throttle. Right now they will idle as soon as it's armed. So that's something you may or may not want. I don't think I want it. I've crashed a couple times and had to disarm the motors real quick. But also, if you have a throttle hold, that would probably stop all that too. Probably be even quicker. As you can see, it bounces off things pretty good in the video, the indoors flight video. I bounce off the walls, props don't get hurt, and that's nice. I think what else I can say. Yeah, battery voltage is interesting. I have it has RSSI, so it sends information to the transmitter, I believe, on your battery life on the quad itself. And upon arming, when I first set it up, it was always going off saying it was low voltage, which I don't believe is the case. I think there's something a little strange in there. I've flown it probably 10 times. I've just disarmed the alarm portion of it, and it seems to fly fine. I'd be curious. I might try a different battery, see if it seems to be the same, although my flight performance seems perfectly fine. Flight times, again, I think I got probably 3 minutes or something as it was. It was still flying plenty good. Voltage was low. Didn't want to risk it. But there's a couple of possible cons there, even though it seems to work well. It's just something to be aware of. I think that kind of just about does it. And yet, plug and play motors. And these little racer stars are nice. I have them on another one that I built. Different machine, but same motors. And range is real good outside. I was getting plenty of range for something like this. And I guess that kind of wraps it up. Thanks for watching. E010S Pro. Fun little quad. Plenty zippy. Lots of fun inside. And not bad outdoors as well. Thank you for watching. See you next time.